Okay, so we begin with manufacturing industries. The word industry refers to the production of manufacturing of goods, but its literal meaning is working in organized and systematic way. Manufacturing includes the activities that convert raw material into valuable and usable things, as we cannot use the things available in nature directly. Processing and modification is required with these things, which is done in manufacturing. Ultimately, it is only a value added task, as on each level of processing, value is added to that processing. For example, if we want to make paper, first of all, we will cut a tree, then it will be converted into pulp, and with the help of pulp, we make paper. Cutting of a tree was a cheaper task, but when paper reaches us after processing, it becomes expensive. So now, since we cannot use and consume the things directly, we need a proper organization, and that is the work of the industry, where a factory or a industry is set up for producing and giving a proper shape to the main product, and that byproduct which comes out is consumed or used by the consumer or the people who tend to use those finished products. Clear? So here are the key words. The word is processing and modification. It is through processing and through modification that you try to take up the thing. You cannot go to a plantation and just pluck the tea leaves and just use it. It has to be tinned, it has to be converted into fine granules, and the processing takes place, the proper tinning and packing is needed, and then it reaches to you. Or for that matter, your clothes, you don't pluck them from the cotton field, that cotton balls, and start stitching them together and use it for your clothes. No, you get them done in a proper industry where you get as a finished product and you use it. Clear? So for that we need industries or manufacturing factories or areas. Okay. Now we come on to the next heading, industry. Simply it refers to an economic activity that is concerned with production of goods, extraction of minerals, and the provision of services. So now, to have an industry, we are basically dealing with production of goods. In an industry, you will have the production of goods there, or the second point, as it says, the extraction of minerals from the crude form to a refined form. Clear? And the third is the provision of services, the various services that are offered. Clear? Now, as in an industry such as iron and steel industry provides us variety of goods to use. Coal mining, iron mining are examples of extraction of minerals, and tourism industry is an example of service provider. So the second and the third one they have told you. Like for an iron and steel extraction, the extraction is done, okay, just as the plucking of a cotton ball from a plant. But then extraction does not finish the work till it is properly given various shapes which are of our utility. Now iron and steel utensils, iron and steel vehicles, all these things with different departments are used and utilized in various industries to give us the required output. Same for the third one, the service provider, the tourism department, the tourism industry. It deals with the nothing is produced, nothing is served to us, but then it's a service provider industry which provides you with the latest and more informative tour guides and the stays, etc., where you're staying, what are your belongings, how you'll take a flight, where will you land, and all this is managed by the service provider in tourism industry. Clear? So all these 3 points clear, under which the headings are for the industry. Next we come on to classification of industries. On what grounds do we demarcate one industry from the other? We need different kinds of things in our daily life which are manufactured at different places in different industries. Therefore, we can classify industries on different bases such as raw material used, size of industries, and ownership. So the industries can be categorized into three: the kind of raw material they are using, clear? Then the size, whether it's a big scale or a small scale. Then third, the ownership. Is it available for public, or is it a private owned industry? So all these things, they demarcate the kind of or the classification of the industry. Let us see on the basis of raw material. That means the basic material which is required for the industry to run. Clear? So the first, on the basis of raw material, industries can be classified into agro-based industries and mineral-based. Now, as the word tells you, agro, it has got something to do with agriculture and its byproducts. And the second is mineral-based. What does that mean? Something pertaining to the various minerals found in the earth's crust. Clear? So this is the raw material we are talking of. Let us read now agro-based industries. Industries that derive their raw materials from plants, agricultural crops, and animals. Please underline these three: plants, agricultural crops, and animals. They are termed as agro-based industries. For example, food processing, vegetable oil, cotton, textile, dairy products, and manufacturing of leather, etc. are agro-based industries. So not only just the plants, but also the animal byproducts are dealt here in agro-based. Now coming on to mineral-based industries, as the word tells you, industries that derive their materials from minerals are called mineral-based industries. Underline minerals. These industries work as a feeder to other industries. For example, iron and steel industry is considered as basic industry because it provides base to other industries such as heavy machinery, building materials, and railway coaches manufacturing industry. So here the mineral industry, they have one basic industry where the minerals are processed, excavated or extracted. Once they are produced and got ready, then it is supplied to various other industries which are dependent upon that particular mineral for their applicability in their production. Clear? Whatever they are producing, if they are producing the pillars or the poles, then they will be taking the iron more. If they are dealing with utensils, they'll be needing iron and steel. Clear? So for various byproducts, these other industries come to these basic mineral based industries. Clear? Please sit straight, all of you. Good. So is the classification on the basis of the raw material clear? One is agro based, the other is mineral. Clear? Next, on the basis of size, whether it's a big huge industry or just a small scale industry. When we classify industry on the basis of size, we mainly consider the money invested. Please underline money invested. The size actually is talking about the amount of money invested in that industry. Then number of people employed and the volume of production. These three things are taken into account to see whether this is a small scale industry or a big scale industry. What are the criteria? Money invested. That means if it is having a little small amount of money, then number of people, whether the people employed are just 100 or more than that. 100 is also big, maybe just 5 or 10. Then volume of production, are they just producing a small little, maybe 100 packets a day, or is it a mass bulk production? So on these three grounds, they decide whether it's a larger scale industry or a small scale industry. Okay? Now, let us see small scale industry. An industry that invests a small amount of money and has low levels of technology with very few workers is called a small scale industry. Clear? Cottage industry is an example of a small scale industry where the products are manufactured by hand or by artisans with low level of technology. Examples are basket weaving, pottery, pickle making, tiffin system are the examples of cottage industry. and silk weaving, food processing, sugarcane crushers, etc. are examples of small scale industries. So they have given you various small scale industries which are working. They don't have mass production, they don't have very huge amount of money to be placed, and the workers also are a few countable ones. Clear? Next is large scale industry. Large scale industries invest huge amount of money and have superior quality of technology, and they produce large variety and number of goods. A large number of laborers, that is skilled or unskilled, are required in such industries. So large number of people, huge amount of money, latest technology for production are the three criteria into which they work and are called large scale industries. Example, iron and steel industry, automobiles, and industries that produce heavy machinery are examples of large scale industries. Is this much clear till here? So we have classified the industries on the basis of the raw material they use, agro and mineral based, then on the basis of size, large scale and small scale. Clear? Everything clear till here? Now we move on the basis of ownership. Who owns the industry? Let us see. On the basis of ownership, industries can be classified as private sector, public sector, or joint and cooperative sector industries. Let us see the private one. Private sector industries, such industries are owned by an individual, just underline individual, or group of individuals. Example, Reliance, Tata, Aditya Birla Group are examples of privately owned industries. Then public sector industries, the industries that are owned and operated by government, underline owned and operated by government, are called public sector industries. Example, Hindustan Aeronautic Limited, HAL, we have it here, and Steel Authority of India Limited, SAIL, are examples of public sector industries. These are government undertakings. Okay. Next we come on to joint sector industries. The industries owned and operated by the government or state and the individual or group of individuals. That means jointly. Partially it is government and partially it is the owner. Partially it is the state government maybe, or the group of owners. So it is jointly done by them. Then it is called joint sector. Okay. Example, Oil and Natural Gas Commission, ONGC. Please underline the full form. Then Maruti Udyog Limited, etc. are examples of joint sector industries. Is this much clear? Now the fourth one is cooperative sector. They should have given it in this only, but they have, I don't know why they have highlighted it. So we will call it the fourth variety. So cooperative sector, such industries are owned and operated by the producers or suppliers of raw materials. That means the ones who are properly supplying the raw material are the owners. Did you get it? जिन्होंने कॉटन की खेती की है वही वो इंडस्ट्री भी सेटअप किए हुए हैं क्लॉथ्स टेक्सटाइल की. It is that. Okay. The one who is dealing with the raw material is also dealing with the setting up of the industry and the byproduct from that product which they have grown. Clear? That is called cooperative industry. Got it? Let us see. Such industries are owned and operated by the producers or suppliers of raw materials, workers, or both. Like Anand Milk Union Limited, Shuddha Dairy, then sugar mills, etc. are examples of cooperative sector industries. Clear till here? Now factors affecting location of industry. I stop here. We will deal with this in our next class. Go through the important terms and do everything.